was terrifying. You don't...
You were at work, I called you.
Yeah. When your child's born, you just don't think about them being ill and being sick. And it's like the worst smack in the face. You feel absolutely helpless.
Looking at her, you wouldn't think that there's anything wrong. She's super high functioning, she's strong, she's funny. She has more energy than what we can handle. But her body is just always healing and fixing whatever it throws at her. And Emily beats it all. Everything was fine after she was born until about 3 weeks old, and then things kind of just started not adding up. And then by 8 weeks old, we went and saw her pediatrician, and she said that we needed to go to our local hospital. So that's what we did. We left her appointment, drove straight to the hospital. They ran more tests on her, placed a stomach tube, and we kind of just hung out there for the night, and first thing in the morning they transported us to Riley. That was just the beginning of our journey. The last 9 years has been just navigating medical issues. It seemed like every time we set into the doors of Riley, she was being diagnosed with something else. The liver tumors started our journey. She was diagnosed with hydrocephalus, and then the hydrocephalus snowballed into epilepsy. And then in the midst of all that, she was diagnosed with a syndrome called Noonan-like syndrome with loose hair anagen. And we're being told that that only affects about 50 people in the world, so the doctors don't know much about it. And then she also has a kidney issue called renal tubular acidosis.
She had to take medicine every 2 hours, day and night. Amy and I were getting maybe 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night, and that was not at the same time. That was, an hour here, an hour there, very interrupted sleep. It was exhausting when she was younger and she was going through everything that she was going through. I mean, you're just kind of numb all the time. We were at a point in our lives where it was very rough for us. We didn't know if she was going to make it through the week, through the day, through the month. And we were so focused on her health and her medically that we weren't enjoying her. We weren't enjoying life. We weren't enjoying our family. We were in pretty bad shape. And then when she had her first brain surgery, she coded. Within seconds, we had 5 doctors, 20 nurses, a priest, a social worker in our room, and you're numb. You're absolutely helpless. It's, you think you're this big, strong guy that provides for his family, and there's nothing you can do. Absolutely nothing. I mean, you would give your life in a heartbeat to switch places with her, but you're absolutely helpless. There's been multiple times at Riley where, I don't cry in front of Amy. There's been multiple times at Riley where I go for a walk and I break down, I can't break down in front of my family. So, it's heavy stuff, but...
There's a lot of car crying too, just by yourself driving, because it just floods you. A song comes on and triggers it, or just crazy, crazy stuff.
The chances of her making it, if I remember right, were like 5% through the surgery, the big surgery. One of our doctors said from our GI doctor, from the liver issues she had, she's like her one success story.
She doesn't know how to quit because we've never quit on her. So, we get that question a lot is, I don't know how you guys did it. You don't have a choice. to do it. You have to do it. We've never given up on her. I mean, our doctors have never given up on her. Our family and friends have never given up on her. You just have to keep going. You have to find, even at the darkest moments or the saddest diagnosis, that we've been challenged with, you just look for the light at the end of the tunnel.
If a doctor was sitting here, a nurse, what would you say to that?
Thank you.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, who knows what our lives would be right now, and how does that affect us as a family? How does that affect classmates that she would have never known? How does it affect a grandpa and grandma that lost their grandchild? I mean, you could say thank you, but how do you know where you'd be if it wasn't for Riley Hospital? The biggest thing that amazes us is how many nurses we see down there that have been at dance marathons. To me, that always amazes me, and it always kind of chokes me up that people are involved in these dance marathons, these students that truly care about why they're giving up time out of their day and trying to raise money for Riley patients, Riley research. It's amazing when we go there and somebody will come up and be like, "Hey, Emily," and it's like we don't even recognize the person, but they know Emily's name from a dance marathon.
It brings awareness that no matter what you're battling, you can be accepted. And that's what the dance marathons do. They just bring all these families together, and it is just a day of joy for everybody.
I think it's bigger than students getting together for 8, 10, 15, 24 hours. The emotions that it brings to a family like us and other Riley families, the strength that you build by telling, such a hard story that's so close to your chest, I mean, I just truly think it's way bigger than what people even know they're doing.
Our kids are our future. If we don't save them, there's no future, so Riley has to keep saving our kids.